This is going to be your weekly soulmate twin flame relationship reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the connection between you and your person. This week, I'm going to do a slightly different version of our usual reading. I'm going to go back to the style of using the After Tarot. Now, for those of you that aren't sure what that means, there is a deck called the After Tarot that actually gives you the energies after the fact. So it almost is like we're going to look into the near future and see what's coming our way. So in the comments, if you could put your zodiac sign and your word of the day, word of the week, whatever it is, the current vibe. Now, if you'd like to add the zodiac sign of your person too, I always like to look at relationship dynamics or what signs are attracted to each other. It always fascinates me. So as I'm filming this, it is late on Saturday evening. It has been a very busy time. We're approaching this new moon in Sagittarius, which means you might be feeling really tired, as in it takes a lot of energy to manifest new things. Now, speaking of new things, I have just created a new YouTube channel. I sparked some new energy. And to those of you that have already subscribed to me, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't yet, my new channel is called Passion Project Coach. Now, I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I am very passionate about passion projects. And that means I help people achieve their goals, work through the process, help trust the process. I have done this with my students over the years. I've done this with clients, some of you in our online family. Basically, what I do is I go through the process of helping you focus your intentions. So that means I can help you build your presence on social media, help you start an online business, help you start a health journey, learning a new hobby or skill, whatever you're passionate about. And I guess one of the questions, that I like to ask people is, what are you passionate about? Sometimes we have to really think about it. So I digress. Thank you for all of your kindness and support. I would appreciate a subscribe, a comment, all the lovely things that help people find my videos. So that being said, let's take a look at the overall themes and messages for this reading today. And we have here, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It is safe for you to love. Absolutely. When we get better, the relationships get better. And we are responsible for keeping ourselves safe. And that means boundaries. That doesn't mean walls where we put them up and shield ourselves or become this fortress. It means we just have some boundaries, because we do want growth as well. So let's take a look at what else we need to know here. Tenderness. Having a gentle spirit and being able to care deeply. Love that. Real deal. A good match. Okay, so let's take a look at a different deck here. Let's see what messages we get. I abandon people to make myself feel important. Well, that's a loaded statement. I'm going to give my typical Kelly Lorraine yes and no answer here as to why I agree and slightly disagree. I don't think that people consciously abandon just to feel important. I think why people run is because they don't have the capacity, and there's an overwhelm that comes with emotions and relationships. So therefore, I wouldn't say it's to make themselves feel important. I think it's a matter of freedom, right? And that's why it's hard to feel safe in relationships these days, because so many people have avoidant attachment styles. But at the same time, there's a lot of people with anxious attachment styles. So it really depends on the person. We need to regulate our nervous systems. We need to look at the root of these things. And yeah, I can help you with that too. Just as a side note, if I didn't say it earlier, I love reading tarot cards, spirituality, astrology. It's all part of who I am, and I won't stop doing that. So just because I have another YouTube channel does not mean that I will stop doing any of this. I think that passion projects and motivation and building new things is complementary actually to the spiritual side of things. So like I said, I invite you to join me. Okay, let's get into the reading itself. Now, we're going to look at what's going on in your headspace, your person's headspace, your heart space, their heart space, overall energy and underlying energy. And of course, feel free to swap sides if it makes more sense. In this case, I have two different tarot decks, one for this side and one for that side. Now, you can take whatever side you'd like. I typically speak to the viewer on this side. Again, you can swap as needed. Now, let's take a look at what's going on in your headspace. And we have the Hangman energy. So this tells me that you might be feeling a bit in limbo, taking a pause, trying to regroup yourself, maybe trying to find some clarity. And there is an element here of death and rebirth. It's almost like, I would say, somebody is in the cocoon, you know? This is that vibe of, I'm going to go through the transformation process, even though it's difficult, and come out even stronger and better. Now, sometimes people don't believe they'll come out stronger and better. I will tell you that it will make you stronger and better if you let it. Keywords, if you let it. I just love the fact that in these videos I have cats making noises in the background. If you hear that kitty litter noise, oh, it wouldn't be a reading without them. So I guess we should relish in the moment. Now, in your person's headspace, here is, let's see, 8 of Wands, manifestation, shooting your shot, and communication. Now, this person might want to communicate with you. Wouldn't surprise me. We are in Mercury retrograde. And there's the 3 of Wands. Very, very interesting. Your person in the headspace has some fire going on here. I mean, this is Sagittarius season, new moon in Sag. I mean, wouldn't surprise me. But this has a couple meanings to it. 3 of Wands is saying, I don't chase, I only attract. Okay. The other meaning can be sitting on the sidelines saying, I'll do this tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. You know, it's never the right time, so to speak. As in, maybe they want to communicate, but can't. And let me give you a slightly controversial take on if he wanted to, he would, or if she wanted to, she would. If they wanted to, they would, whatever way you would like to describe it. And that is, if we were to really follow that, that would be like saying, if you didn't want to be depressed, you wouldn't be. If you didn't want to have anxiety, well, you just wouldn't. And I've actually tested this question with somebody that I used to date or talk to. And I asked him, I said, what are your thoughts, like legit, on if he wanted to, he would. And his response to me was, well, no, it's not if I wanted to, I would, because I didn't have the capacity. This was in reference to me asking, you know, why it went the way that it went. And he said he had too many things going on, and it's not a matter of whether he liked me or didn't like me. It was too many things at one time, feeling overwhelmed. And that's when people tend to run, you know, when they don't have the capacity. And I would say this, not that it's an excuse. Some people really don't know how to communicate when it comes to, I don't have the capacity, I feel overwhelmed. They just don't say anything at all. And another person that I've had this conversation with, actually, now that I'm reflecting on all these previous conversations in my dating life, you know, I had somebody once tell me that they were afraid to even say anything about why they had to run. Sorry, kitty cat shaking the table, because they didn't want to hurt me. You know, they're afraid that if they open up the dialogue, that suddenly they're gonna hurt the person, or that they're going to, you know, feel really guilty. And I'm not saying they shouldn't feel guilty to some extent. I mean, people should handle things as adults. But my point is that not everybody has the words, the capacity, the ability to do things properly, you know? And I guess what is proper is relative to each individual, you know? So that being said, this can have various meanings. Now, another thought about this is sometimes we can say the 3 of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. And I don't like the term waiting, as you know, because I think waiting brings more waiting. But it can mean putting yourself out there and seeing what comes your way. I like that better. So let's take a look at what's going on in your heart space, excuse me. 4 of Pentacles. See, there's some holding back here in the heart. Let's see. The moon. Well, we have the new moon. I mean, that doesn't surprise me to come through right now. It's just that the moon can hold various meanings as well. I mean, the moon traditionally is emotions, right? It's divine feminine energy. It can be purging, surrendering, and letting go. I mean, looking at this card, it's howling at the moon, right? But look at the brightness of that moon. The moon reveals things. And I will say this, I think that the full moon in Gemini, which is coming up in a couple weeks, is very significant, more so to me than this new moon in Sagittarius. And the reason I say that is because Gemini energy is communication. Now, Mercury is in retrograde, right? And the full moon in Gemini. So that's like a double dose, you know, of communication type things. And we know Mercury retrograde is not so easy. At the same time, I don't think this Mercury retrograde is as bad in some aspects as it has been in the past. I'm curious to know in the comments, how are you feeling during this Mercury retrograde? Now, let's take a look at your person's heart space. And we have here the Five of Swords. Not surprised. I've seen the Five of Swords actually quite a bit. And Five of Swords is conflict, headaches, battle. And with that, we have here the Two of Coins. You know, your person needs to simplify their life, find some balance in their day-to-day. It's almost like they're struggling with overwhelm. That's really what it is, you know? Now, let's take a look. I'm going to take one card off the top of this deck and then one card off the other one for the overall energy. And here we have the Five of Wands. So look at this conflict coming through. Whenever I see the Five of Wands, I think of should I, shouldn't I? Can I have this? Can I really have this? And there is the Two of Swords. Well, there you go. I mean, Two of Swords, I'm going to repeat myself. Are you in the old? Are you in the new? Plain and simple. You know, decision point. You can see here the Libra symbol here, trying to find balance, right? Now let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. I'll take a bottom card here and one from the other deck as well. And we have Judgment. Okay, so the Judgment card looks very different than most. This seems very fiery. This is about transformation, heeding the call, massive change happening. And here's the Ace of Swords. See what I mean? Look, the Judgment card is a call coming in. This is like putting the spotlight on you. And there's the Ace of Swords. I mean, the Ace of Swords is truth and clarity and something coming to light. I believe that something is going to be revealed. Now, that being said, let's take the After Tarot and see what messages we get moving forward. So this is a specific tarot deck that gives you the energies after the fact. There's a before tarot, a regular tarot, and an after tarot. Now, sometimes I use the before tarot, the current tarot, the after tarot, but today I'm just using the after tarot to see what's going on. So in your headspace coming up, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so there could very well be an offer coming your way of something. This could also be a learning experience that you've had and you're implementing something new. And with that, see, look at this. You're mirroring each other because there's the Two of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, though, you have to simplify things in your head. They need to simplify things in their heart, the emotions that are pulling at them. Now, let's take a look at their headspace. The Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy right there. There's some passion in the pants. I mean, look, this energy rides in very quickly, but it also leaves just as fast. So you have to be very careful with that. They really have to come correct. So it almost looks like they're contemplating, right? They're deciding the timing of this communication. They might ride in very hot. And how many cards? Well, you know what? I'm going to look at them and then I'm going to throw them back in. See, there's that Five of Wands. Five of Wands, conflict, Ace of Cups, filling one's own cup, death and rebirth. So look, there is a rebirth of something here emotionally. And I'm just going to throw these cards randomly back in because I don't normally take so many at once, but maybe that's just a side message that, you know, a lot of conflict or the overwhelm or the multiple things coming through represent this person, if that makes sense. Okay. There we go. We got the card back again. So it was meant to come out. That's like the universe saying, I said what I said. So there you go. It's almost like somebody is offering their heart, and they may ride in very quickly with it. You just got to make sure that they mean it. I mean, there could be a peace offering here as well. Let's take a look at your heart space. Ace of Wands. Huh. Well. I mean, we're really talking about fiery energy here with this rod of fire. Spark, passion, brand new beginning. We have these aces coming through. As I say it, Ace of Pentacles. Gosh, I love what I get to do. I really do. Ace of Pentacles, a tangible new beginning. Somebody's offering nourishment. Wow. 3 aces. That's like 111, right? All right. In your person's heart space coming up, we have Temperance. Wow. Patience, forgiveness, reconciliation. There's something brewing. But you know what I always say? Take what you've learned from the past, apply it to the present so you can have a better future. And I mean, I can't make that. Look at these multiple cards coming out on this side. There's definitely something going on here in the energy, because the Knight of Cups is about offering a cup of love. But this Knight is taking a drink out of that cup. I mean, that's significant. And the Chariot, look at the hand on the heart. This is a heartfelt victory. Heartfelt movement. Let's take a look at the overall. See, wow. Okay, 3 of Wands. We talked about that earlier. Now is the time. Equal giving and receiving and balance. We're making things more balanced, peaceful. There's harmony. Ooh, Justice. Even more so. The minor arcana, the major arcana. The universe is saying, I said what I said. Now, Justice can also mean contracts, legalities, and the Emperor. I just have to make a point about something. Typically, who drives the Chariot? It's the Emperor. The Emperor does not play around. And I want to make a point about something here. And that is, Justice is Libra energy. The Emperor is Aries. There could be an Aries-Libra connection. We have Cancerian energy here, Sagittarius energy. There's a lot of earth energy. We got water as well. But there's something about this, this axis with Aries and Libra. But again, this is not just for zodiac signs. This is for everyone. You can embody that energy. You don't have to actually have those specific placements. Now, that being said, just want to see what cards. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Power of Surrender card for each side. Let's see what we need to surrender or surrender to right now. So for the person on the left side here, surrender negative thinking. See, I told you had to sort things out, simplify. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. Absolutely. And as always, before I pull this next card, I want to thank you for your kindness and your support again. The likes, the comments, the subscribes really make a difference and help with people finding my videos. And it allows me to create more content. Hence why I'm doing the extension of this channel with my passion project coaching, because I'm very passionate about helping people and doing new things. So the content that I'm going to be making is very similar to this channel, just not in a card reading format. We're going to talk about how to keep motivated, how to pursue your goals. We're going to talk about boundaries. We're going to talk about procrastination. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about all the things that go into day-to-day life. So I would look at this as like your sort of spiritual channel, and the other channel is sort of more your tangible that has elements of the spiritual. And on this side here, it says, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in life. Beautiful. I really hope this resonates with you. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I wish you an amazing weekend.